Hey lovelies, thanks for stopping by my channel. Did you think the Sydney Grace content was done? It's not. And I'm hoping actually to be able to, once I'm done with today's haul, to be able to incorporate this in videos in the future because A, I purchased all of the things that I've shown you, my mystery bags, this haul today, and so I want to be able to get some use out of them. So I will be putting bits and baubles in. I know it has been very Sydney Grace heavy around here, so, you know, I'm trying to like intermittently sprinkle. But today we are going to be seeing the rest of my Christmas in July sale haul. I did share the 4 mystery bags that I got. If you haven't seen that one, I'll make sure to have it linked down below. Chances are that'll probably be on the end screen at the end of this video as well. But we're gonna go over the rest of the sale items that I got. So the only other sale day that I purchased was day 2, which was the 40% off day. So you were able to get 40% off palettes, creams, basically everything other than single eyeshadows, I think is kind of what it came down to. And that was the day that I did. But I did 2 purchases. Yes, I did. Okay, so let's talk about this. The first thing that I got, the one that I was really looking forward to getting, is the Love's Journey palette. I'm really excited to use this. I have not touched this yet. I have to say, like, this is something, and I had a friend call me out on it. She's like, it's so funny because, and I think she was actually saying that Kara from Beauty and the Frizz, and I had both been like, meh, don't need it. And then we're like, okay, maybe I kind of do need it. So this is really just a beautiful neutral palette. Ooh, I still have the, yes. I've still got the like screen cover on there. So I love the fact that you have some warm neutrals. You have these that are almost, a lot of people are going to say like right down the middle neutral, but I see a little bit of green to it, which totally like makes me happy. And then you have a shade of the cooler neutrals as well, almost leaning more into like silvers over here. I'll be honest, you all know that I probably could have like popped a few of these out and just like used them for something else, but using some of these here on my channel recently has really made me do a few more cool tone looks. So maybe it'll be a thing for like fall and winter. Winter especially, I could see like leaning hard into the cool tone look. So I am very happy to have this. You know, at first I was like, I have Coffee Talk. I don't really need this one. Coffee Talk's a 9-pan. I really do love having like a nice variety of different tones to be able to play with, to mix and match. And I just love Sydney Grace. So I did get the light version, by the way. I also have to say, I just filmed a video of my top 10 basic B palettes, and I haven't used this one yet, but I could see it being in the rankings. If I do another video down the road, I could totally see this being in those rankings. So I'm really excited to play with this. By the way, if you want to see that video, I'll make sure to have that link down below. So I'm going to put the little protector back in for now. Why? I'm not sure. I'm not the one to keep those things usually. I really love this. I think that it's just really beautifully done on the artwork. You know, it is just a cardboard packaging, but I think that it's nicely done. So I never got any of the palettes that were in the metal, like was Endless Love. Is that the name of it? Was that one in metal at one point? All of the ones that I have are in cardboard, so I don't know what I'm missing if that was amazing. So then here you'll see that I have 2 of the Where the Wild Things Grow palettes, and that's because they were so ridiculously on sale that day. They were clearancing this and the Summer Days, which I also got, the Summer Days palettes out, and I don't think that they had originally intended to, but the 40% off also went off of the clearance price. So these were an incredible deal. I got both the light and the deep because I wasn't sure which one I was going to keep because one of these was going into a giveaway. However, fate decided for me because this one, which is the deep one, it came with a shade that was shattered in it. So unfortunately, Buttercup, which is this shade right here, a big amount of it chipped out and it was kind of all over. I was just telling someone, who was I just telling? I think it was my friend Mel. I was just saying that it's like almost being like a paleontologist trying to like get the shadow out of all of the pans. I still need to do some intricate work on some of these because there's a lot of like orange, especially in this one, like purple and orange. That's just gonna look murky. So I gotta clean this up a little bit more, which means that I'm gonna keep it. I did also reach out to customer service. They are totally taking care of it. It's not a huge deal. Honestly, if nothing else, I'll just like pull this one out of here and then place a different shade in. I am kind of wondering though if it's a well-known issue because Shaylee right away when I emailed her, I just said I had one that broke and she happened to say, is it Buttercup? I'll see if we have one and I can send it out to you. Because I actually just thought like maybe they'd just like credit me for a shadow and then when I do my next purchase, I could just pick up another shadow to put in here. That wouldn't have been a big deal and then that way they could save on the shipping. But I'm just kind of wondering if Buttercup has a problem. Let me know. Did you have one that got buttercup busted? Or maybe she just saw my Instagram stories because I was talking about it on there. So anyway, the light version is more than likely going to go into a giveaway in the future. When that will be, I don't know. The best way to find out is to subscribe. So then the other one that I got is the Summer Days palette. And I also picked up 2 of these. I'm totally that girl that's like a one for me, one for you. Unfortunately, I am totally crushed because I really wanted the Summer Days light because the deep is quite deep. It's deep, deep. And so I was like, I really want the light one, but it was sold out by day 2. I could have gotten on, honestly, if I'd really thought about it, I could have like worked the sale differently and gotten on to be able to snag it. I also was thinking about getting the Be Mine palette. Do I need all these palettes? No. So it's probably okay. So anyway, the Summer Days palette in deep, it's beautiful. I mean, this is like a lovely, almost like chocolate raspberry, warm fudge. It's really yummy. And again, I could totally pop out a couple of these shades if I just want a little bit more difference. Both of these palettes, by the way, are completely gone at this point, so I'm not even going to bother swatching these out. Although I did hear that the shades in the Where the Wild Things Grow palette are not exclusive, so you can get those if you ever did want to. Okay, so 3 eyeshadow palettes, right? A girl has enough eyeshadow. Evidently not. I can't remember which it was. I think I picked up my second Wild Things palette in my second purchase. And the other thing I picked in the second purchase, I still haven't showed you everything that was in the first one, but I did not realize that Mel's bundle, the In Mel's Memory bundle, which is sort of like her retro palette, I did not realize that it was included. And so I was like, oh, I have to get it. Also, can we just appreciate how cute this Glam Shop magnetic palette just goes so well with this. Now, this only holds 18 shades. So I did have to decide 2 of the shades to not keep in here. I probably would have just in general popped them all into my Sydney Grace collection, but I had already done the reorg. And I was like, nope, not going through it again. And actually, I'm kind of glad to have this as this palette. So I did take 2 of the shades out. I believe it was Aim High and Moonwalker. So Aim High is a light, sort of almost like violet-y iridescent. And then Moonwalker, I think it might be Moonwalk. Can't remember. It's more of like a gray taupe shade. So this is more like the shades that I know that I will predominantly use. And while I can appreciate Mel's vision of having those other shades in there because it is nice to have some other cool toned options to pop in here, these are just the ones that I know that I will use the most. Did I have doubles in here? Yes. I think there are like 4 or maybe even 5 shades in here that I already have in my collection, which might sound ridiculous, but the 40% off and the bundle pricing, it was totally worth it. It was totally worth it for me to just do. And then this way I can just have these separate. Also, I know one of the shades, Blushed, is like one of my top 10 favorite Sydney Grace shades, and it's already got a big dip in the pan. So at some point I'll need it anyway. So I'm very excited to have this. This was one that I hemmed and hawed on. I decided not to get it. I sort of created my own inadvertently. One of my BYOPs this year was very similar vibes to this. It was kind of crazy. If I can find that one, I'll link it down below. But somebody was like, oh, this is sort of like Mel's palette or the like retro palette. And by the way, I think I keep saying retro. I mean retro glam. I always like leave off the glam for some reason. So obviously retro is the one that's got like the plums, the mauves, the pinks. This is retro glam. At any rate, somebody was like, that really kind of looks like retro glam or like Mel's palette. And I was like, you are right. Huh. And it was something that I didn't feel like I needed. I probably didn't need it, but it was a great price. So here we are. Here we are. So the other things that I picked up in my very first day 2 order were cream products, of course. So I did pick up 2 of the cream eyeshadows that I don't have. I'm going to swatch them here. The newest one is Glowing Hearts. I will be honest, I feel like the shade, some of the swatches online of the cream eyeshadows are very different in my opinion to what they are in reality. There is one that I believe is called Queen of Hearts, and I had 0 interest in picking up that shade. And then after the sale day, I was watching someone's swatching video and I was like, oh, that's a beautiful shade. What is that? And I was like, Queen of Hearts. That looks like a really frosty shade online. And I was like, that's very different. So, okay, yeah, this is so different. Okay, I think both of these look a little different. The second one really looks very different. I should have read the, I have regrets. I should have read the description more. So this first shade is Glowing Hearts. That's on the top there. This shade is beautiful. It's like a lovely, like rosy, but not too rosy shade. I think it's actually a little bit rosier in person than it is in the swatches online. This other shade though, I kind of have an issue here, but I should have read the description, but I'm going to put it up here. So this shade is Awkward Silence. This looks nothing like, it looks nothing like the picture. So, and I'm just going to keep it real with you. You guys know that I love this brand, but like what the heck. But it does say it's a blue base that appears more taupe purple with flecks of yellow gold that catch the light and reflect a strong gold tone. And they do. It's like a pewtery blue silver base with a lot of that gold mica. I don't see any of that in the swatches. This looks like a taupey brown to me. Like in none of these. I don't understand how you get this look. I'm a little bit bitter. Oh, I only got 2 cream shadows on one of them. I will never wear this shade. I will never wear this shade. Hopefully I can find somebody that will wear this shade. That's a little bit sad. Okay, I'm gonna wipe these off and okay. Okay, but the other thing that I did want to say is I wanted to pick up a master plan. I have talked about this cream shadow on my channel a lot, and it was out of stock for a very long time, and it was in stock for the sale, so I did pick one up to put into my 4K giveaway, which will be coming whenever I can get my ish together. So stay tuned for that. You will have to be subscribed to be entered into that giveaway, and that should be coming soon. I love this cream shadow. This one, it's not my jam. Okay, I have one more cream product to show you. Okay, we're gonna end on a happy note here. We're gonna end on a happy note, and I'm gonna share with you the one cream blush that I picked up. And let me tell you, I wanted all of them, but I'm so glad that I only picked up one of them because I ended up getting 3 of them in my mystery bags. So I ordered the shade Dreamy. And honestly, before this shade came, when I'd already gotten my other ones, I was like, you should just put that one in a giveaway. You don't need that shade. You do not need that shade. And it came and I'm like, no, I don't need it. Do I want to keep it? Yes, I do, because I have really been enjoying all of the cream products that I got from my mystery bags. It's definitely one of my favorite things. And this one is different enough from the other shades that I got. Is it different enough from the other creams in my collection in general? Maybe, actually. I feel like this is like a little bit more pinky mauve and almost a little bit more cool toned than what I have. And honestly, I think that's why I picked it out. I don't know if you're able to see that well there. I feel like I've got some residue on the back of my hand from the makeup wipes that I've been using, but this is a pretty shade. I'm keeping it, y'all. I am keeping it. Also, if you do want to see this cream shade next to the creams that I picked up in my mystery bag, I'm probably going to be doing a little swatch session on Instagram soon. So make sure you're following over there at Keep Beauty Real. I have really, really been enjoying these cream products. I do think that the bronzers could have been a little bit more on the mark with the tones, but in a mystery bag, you're just kind of get what you get. By the way, I have Apple Cake on for my bronzer today. And then I do have one of the highlights on underneath my blush. It was this one, Head in the Clouds. I popped on a little bit and then I put a powder blush over the top just because I was feeling like a mixologist today. But that's what I have on, and I am really liking what I've gotten so far. So that is everything that I got on day 2. And so that concludes this haul. Other than this guy, I'm pretty happy. Honestly, I do think that I'm gonna reach out to the brand and just give them a bit of constructive criticism. I would appreciate that if it comes from a place of like helpfulness and kindness and love, just to be like, you should maybe look at like updating to get a little bit closer colors. Let me know what you think of like the comparisons, but I think that it's very different. I should have read, because I was looking at like the 2 browns that I don't, well, this isn't a brown, but I thought it kind of was in the pictures. I was looking at the 2 and I was like, no, I think I'm gonna get this one. I like the tone of this one. So that's okay. I got it for 40% off, but I will just hand it along to someone who maybe would enjoy this formula and, you know, these colors combined. All right, so thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this little haul with a little bit of rant. You never know what you're gonna get here on my channel. I hope you're all having a wonderful end of summer, and I will see you really soon.